this. Hey, let's do this.
Here. Go.
Podcast. Two guys talking without wearing pants. Pantless. Podcast. You can take our ideas.
Welcome back to the Pantless Podcast. Here's your host, Austin Travis. Take it away, guys. Hey, what is going on?
Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning.
Whoa, all
Wait.
right.
We know some people in Vietnam are listening.
Somebody,
So-
yeah. Hey, I mean,
I want to tell y'all good morning.
cheers.
Ooh, look at you with your Java. Cheers. I got my own Java.
Yeah, I thought I was out. I bought a giant 12-pack of these from Sam's the other day. It's
Yeah.
half Loca Mocha, half Mean Bean. 6 and 6. It's actually a really good deal on Monster. And I thought I'd ran out. And I was digging for something else in the refrigerator, and I moved one thing of juice and went, hey, I still got 2 Loca Mochas sitting back there.
Isn't that a great feeling? I did that last week with with some other kind of energy drink, like a Rain. Like I just knew that I was done, and then I was just moving stuff around in my fridge, and then I'm like, oh yeah, and then
Yeah.
immediately cracked it open.
Because I'd bought a, but we were at one Sam's and I couldn't find these, so I bought the Starbucks Frappuccino glass bottles. They had a case of those.
Yeah.
They were just the mocha ones, and I thought I had one of those in the refrigerator. I'm like, it's got to be around here somewhere, and I'm like, oh no, this is better. Yeah, I love going to Sam's and buying just massive pallets of energy drinks because it's cheaper.
Yeah, it is.
I think
But then you got the old guys that are like, what toilet paper is the best toilet paper to use? And you're like, I don't know. This is the kind I use. And
we've
then he's
used
like,
the same.
That works for me too.
I think during one of the shortages, years ago, we were like, oh, well, this is all they have, and I think it was Cottonelle or something. I think that's what we use. And like, we're like, oh, this stuff's awesome. So that's just what we've bought forever now. So
Forever since one of the TP shortages that we've had.
we
I
used
don't know
to
how
use-
many you've lived through.
I just don't. There was something going on where I went to the store and there was like, I don't know if it was an official shortage or if they were just, I don't know, but I remember just getting it like, well, they're out of our normal stuff. Let's get this. We used Angel Soft forever when we were
Yeah.
poor. That's poor people toilet paper. But if you use it, good on you.
Yeah.
This is a no hate podcast.
We don't hate on the poor.
We don't hate on anybody, sir. We love everyone.
Yeah.
So, you eating anything good in the neighborhood?
I did. I had a little place called Max Barbecue yesterday.
Yeah, I saw you message us about that.
And I got a sandwich called the Okie, and it was amazing. And then my wife got a couple tacos. One's called the Daddy, and the other one's called the Gringo.
I bet
And both of her tacos were delicious. And I'm pretty sure because my sandwich and one of her tacos was made with brisket.
Ooh.
And I think it's just how they season the brisket, or maybe they have like their own special sauce or something. But oh, it was so good. So good. If you get a chance, they're out in Skytook, or if you're ever at the Canes, that's where we were last night. We were at the Canes. They've got a little bitty shop inside the Canes with like a limited menu. And yeah, it was pretty freaking good.
I was wondering why you were at Skytook yesterday. Like, no.
Yeah,
one
I
goes there.
usually, there's no real reason to go. But I was looking on their map because I was looking at, I was like, ooh, this place is good. I wonder, like, where in Skytook it's located. And there's a Walmart out there now.
Yeah. I think there's been
I
a
didn't
Walmart
know
out there
that.
for a while.
Has there?
I think.
I didn't think there was anything out there, but
The only reason I ever went to Skytook ever in my life was to play soccer games. Growing
Yeah.
up. Was it.
yeah, that's all I thought was out there was like sports fields in a school.
Yeah,
But
I think we played football a couple times out there, and then soccer.
maybe I'm prejudiced against them though. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, well, I've never liked anybody from that place. Um, but that's just me.
Yeah.
So,
What about you, sir? What have you eaten lately?
really nothing special. Had some Taco Bell the other day.
Taco Bell's always a win. That's always a win.
So, so I discovered something new at Taco Bell.
Okay.
So they have their frozen drinks. Their
Yeah.
you can get the Baja Blast and that mango, that new mango thing.
Yeah.
I went into because I had the mango one the other day, the mango whip freeze, and as a Taco Bell Thursday. I went to go get a mango whip freeze, and their mango was out. And they're like, "Would you like a Baja Blast instead?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got it in my mind. I want a Baja Blast freeze." And she's like, "Do you want that whipped?" And I'm like, "Yes, please." I don't even know what this means, but
Right. What does that mean?
I don't know, but it was the best thing I've ever had.
Interesting.
It was a bit more fluffy and had a bit more of a sweetness to it. I don't know if they add like some vanilla something to it.
Right. Interesting. Anybody out there in the world that works at Taco Bell, can you please tell us what it is when you whip something? Tweet us, email us.
I don't know if yeah, go ahead. This should be interesting.
Yes, please.
But it was, oh man. I'm like, what did you guys do to this? Because I love Baja Blast.
Yeah. I do like the hard Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
It wasn't, I can't remember, it's been a while since I've had any of those. I don't remember which one I liked best, but they were weird.
Oh yeah, I mean there's zero sugar, so it's basically they're all like Mountain Dew Zeros. They're not, full fledged, and they have no
Which
caffeine.
honestly,
No sugar, no caffeine.
I prefer the alcoholic ones to be zero sugar because I don't like drinking sugary alcoholic drinks.
Right.
All right, I was going to talk about some sports, but I can't remember. All right, one of the kids must have jumped because my whole house just shook. We may be dying.
Oh no! Don't die.
Hey, did you hear all this stuff going on with Kyler Murray?
I've heard a little bit about his contract issues. Yeah.
I heard yesterday that the owner of the Cardinals got all upset about the whole the negative publicity on it and had him remove that from his contract. So for people not knowing what's going on, I guess when he signed his massive contract, there was a clause in the contract that stated he had to do 4 hours a week, I think, of film study, or his contract would be void and he'd be paid zero money at the end of the year if he missed once. He signed a contract, and this is the deal. And everybody's wondering, if you did not like that, if the money was good, wait, what's this? Oh, that's just a film thing. Cool, I'll sign it anyway. I'll get mad about this later.
Yeah.
You signed it.
Yeah.
The Cardinals did him a favor by voluntarily removing it after he threw a giant fit over it. Like, I could understand him and his agent going, "We don't like this, remove it." And they go, "Oh, sorry, we didn't know if you'd see that or not." And they removed it.
Right.
Sign it, then complain about it later. But yeah, they try. This is what they tried to do, but they, unsuccessful. No, you signed it, and obviously you knew it was there because you reported on it. I don't know. It was a strange thing to have happened this week.
It was weird. But I saw some really good TikToks that came from it.
Oh.
I saw. Oh, did you see the one where he was like watching YouTube videos of some guy like that played for the Chiefs 5 years ago, and like Cliff Kingsbury's like walks in, it's like, what are you doing? He's like, a film study. He's like, but why are you watching YouTube highlight reels? He's like, I'm studying how he plays. I'm like, but he retired 5 years ago. He's like, I don't care. And then like he walks in the next day and he's watching Titanic, and Cliff Kingsbury's like, what are you doing? He's like, watch a film. It's like, no, you can't. He goes, Titanic's one of the greatest films ever made. And then the last one, he comes in the next day, and Kyler's sitting in his chair with his iPad, and Cliff's like, yes, finally, thank you. You are finally, you got your tablet out, you're watching film. Thank you, I appreciate it. And then like the volume comes on, and it's like Coco Melon, and then Kyler's like, oh.
It
Funny.
it just gets me because, like, it gave the sports reporters something to talk about this week.
Yeah.
I know the first big injury happened this
Already?
week.
We haven't even had preseason yet.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers starting center, I don't remember his name, had a knee injury in non-contact drills, and possibly already saying missing season.
Wow.
I guess they were doing non-contact drills, and I guess a lineman and lineman kind of bumped, and the guy fell over and right across hit him right in the side of the leg. And he's like the anchor for their offensive line. And now they'll have possibly a rookie from Notre Dame start day one, possibly right now. I just saw an article here that's going to make my heart hurt. Washington Commanders starred defensive lineman Chase Young to miss at least season opener.
Oh.
That's sad. He hurt his ACL.
Third string D lineman
Do what?
missing the. You said you're upset about a third string D lineman missing the first game.
He's like the anchor of our defense. Chase Young, the best defensive end in the NFL.
What did you say their record was going to be?
Oh, I have it. I have it somewhere. I was looking at it yesterday.
You think they're only 13-4? Better change that to at least 12-5.
Who do we open against? Who do we open against? August 4th. August 4th, the Hall of Fame game, preseason starts. Getting there.
Nobody likes that. Nobody watches that.
Just saying.
Jacksonville.
Oh, no, we got this.
Home against Jacksonville.
We got this. We won't. If he comes back in week 2, we go to Detroit. We really don't even need him for that game either.
The only tickets cheaper than that Jacksonville-Washington game, week 1, is Indianapolis at Houston. You could actually go to Washington right now, get a ticket for $31.
That's okay. The week after that, the cheapest ticket in the NFL is in Detroit against Washington for $28.
Seeing a trend here. Nobody wants to see Washington.
Week 3, the cheapest ticket is... Ooh, that's surprising. $28 to go to the new LA stadium to watch LA play Jacksonville. I'm seeing a trend in Jacksonville.
That's true. Jacksonville, Washington.
I'm seeing a trend of teams hosting Jacksonville discount tickets.
Oh goodness! But I forgot. Week 1, Tampa Bay plays Dallas, and Dallas's defense is really good. And so if they're missing
Hey,
key pieces of their line, Dallas can pick that one up.
if people want to get in here and donate us some money, hint, hint. So me and Austin can go do a vlog at the Dallas Stadium against Tampa Bay that night.
We should wait? We should go when Washington plays Dallas.
That's
When is that?
that's on my bucket list of things to go do. Like because that's like
We
the
should
closest
probably.
Washington ever gets to where we live.
Yeah. I guess they wouldn't go to Kansas City necessarily unless it was like
We
one of those
every
weird years.
every like 8 years we're at Kansas City
Yeah.
because we play them every 4.
October 2nd
October 2nd at Dallas.
at Dallas. Tickets starting at $37.
It's a date. So one of these days, sir.
We might have. We might need to talk about it. We might need to figure something out.
I'd be down.
Even October 2nd. I mean, just got it. We'll keep it in the back of our minds. You never know.
It's there.
Quick trip, just a quick bro trip. It's Dallas. It's not that far. We could be back. We'll be back Sunday. We'll be back Sunday night.
Yeah, that's a noon game.
Yeah, we could leave Sunday morning, be back Sunday night. No
Heck
problem.
Yeah, I could do that.
Think about it. We don't even have to miss work.
So,
All right. Yeah.
breaking news.
Yeah. There's a few things.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where to hit. But somebody just won $1 billion from Illinois.
Did that get one finally?
Hey, one person won $1 billion or $1.1 billion.
Is that the state that I saw that it was up to 1 billion and everybody was like freaking out about it like a week or so ago? I saw a post about some lottery up to $1 billion.
Yeah, the Mega Millions was like crazy high. Like last I heard, it was the 4th highest. I don't know if it jumped up higher, but that happened. But an even bigger deal than that,
Oh snap!
Beyonce's releasing a new album. And the fans are saying this is skipless. It is exhilaratingly brilliant.
Exhilaratingly?
Their minds are blown. Anybody that's listened to this are just like, yeah.
What?
That's
I'm
crazy.
trying to pretend like I care, but
That's our next broacher. When she comes to the BOK, me and you are there, front row.
doing it.
I don't think you're ready for that, Jelly.
I am not ready for it, but I can adapt, overcome and adapt.
Yeah. You got anything breaking on your end?
No. The only news I had for any kind of breaking anything was the Kyler Murray stuff. So,
Gotcha.
and I got music for later. I don't want to add music here. Unless you want to do music now.
Go for it.
So I was
Do it.
looking on the Amazon Prime music app, and a band that I'm a huge fan of, have been for years, Demon Hunter. Now, I don't know, because I haven't really been keeping up with their music lately, because I don't really keep up with bands doing things as it's releasing very often. But I saw they released a new-ish album. It's a new album, old songs.
Okay.
It's
Like remastered, or are they redone?
completely redone. Like completely
Really?
re-recorded and everything. Let me pull it up real quick so I can get the name of the album. I don't want to say it wrong. It's called. Well, they got a new album that said release. Well, they got new singles that have dropped in 2022, but I need to check on that album. But in 2021, The album's called Songs of Death and Resurrection.
Okay.
And it's basically uh they've taken like some of their slower songs and changed them up. They took some of their harder songs and kind of slowed them down a little bit. My Throat is an Open Grave, Dead Flowers, The Heart of a Graveyard, Praise the Void, Blood in the Tears. I Am a Stone was redone, and I love the remake of that one. I don't know if you've ever heard their song I Am a Stone.
I don't know. I'd have to hear
I
it.
listened to a lot of their stuff, so I recognize all of these songs from some of their older albums. Listen to it, really good.
Sure. For sure.
So, you listen to anything new?
Not really. Nothing new. Went to a concert last night. Saw Simple Plan, Sum 41, and Magnolia Park.
Nice. I haven't heard Simple
Yeah.
Plan in a long time.
I'm just a kid. My life is a nightmare.
Did you just say Sum 41? Did I miss that part of what you just said?
Yeah, they were there.
Gross.
They were good. They were fun. And what's crazy is like
They're old now, aren't they?
both of them have been around. They were talking like one of them, their Simple Plan's first album came out 20 years ago, and then like Sum 41 was like 21 years ago.
Yeah.
So, but what's crazy is that guy from Sum 41. I don't know if he was just on drugs when he was younger, but he looks better now
Oh.
than he did 20 years ago. Like, hey, this guy actually looks young and clean.
They're probably just which I say those guys are old now. They're probably actually just a couple of years older than me.
Right. Yeah, right.
Because you said 20 years ago, that would have been, 2002.
Yeah. Yeah.
2002, 2001, something like that. So, God, made me feel old. Appreciate it,
You
sir.
called yourself out.
I did.
But in terms of like,
I don't know who said
man.
it, but I'm offended. I'm gonna cancel me. Can you cancel yourself?
Go ahead, man. We're in Oklahoma. Everybody's getting canceled. Everybody. Did you see they're trying to cancel Oklahoma now?
Oh,
It's a
the whole state?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we just passed a bill this morning, I guess, or yesterday evening or something, but schools from kindergarten up to college, anybody that wants to participate in sports has to sign an affidavit saying they will only participate in the sport of the gender that they were assigned at birth.
Oh,
And
that's good.
the U.S. is like, canceled. Oklahoma needs canceled. Funny. So yeah, we can get canceled. We're Okies. We're in Oklahoma. We're just about to be canceled by association. So we can pretty much say whatever we want now. So you want to hear a racist joke? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Joke.
Whoa. Yes, I do. What do you got?
So 3 white guys walk into a bar. And the bar owner says, "Y'all are idiots. There's a bar there."
And now they have headaches.
Oh goodness.
You want to talk about a movie?
Let's talk about a movie, bro. Let's do
Retro movie review.
We watched The Eraser. From, 96. I just got to say, did you notice how much Arnold smiled and laughed in this movie? He seemed to be a happy character in this movie. Even though his character probably shouldn't have. I noticed it enough that like in most of his characters in most of his movies and things he does, he's always like stoic and like not much personality.
Okay.
But it seemed like he smiled a lot more in it. I don't know if it's just I noticed it.
Maybe you just because I'm thinking of Arnold from Jingle All the Way, where he was like,
Yeah, Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way. No, he was not a happy person in that movie. But this movie had a lot. This movie, it was good. What do you think about it?
I thought it was hilarious. I loved the one-liners. I I don't know what it is about these '90s action movies, but like he like kicked the crocodile and then shot him in the head. And said, "Your luggage."
Now your luggage.
Uh,
I
yeah,
laughed at that one too, and I was like,
it was so funny. I can't remember. He had a few of them, and I was just like, "Oh, there's another one. There's another one."
Smile.
Of course.
You've been erased.
Yep, the classic. You've been erased. It was fun. It was. I was expecting it to be a little more sci-fi based on that picture, but they were just using, I guess, magnetic rail guns or something. So I was thinking it was like going to be a movie set in the future with lasers, and it was different than what I was expecting.
So
it was different.
let's see what the critics had to say.
Okay.
18 critics out of 100.
Critics, they're probably not going to like it because they don't like movies with one-liners. I'm thinking they're going to give it a 63.
You were close. 56. $76 users out of 10.
The users are going to like it. I think they're going to go 6.9.
A little bit off again. 7.6. This is one of those classic where the critics give it about a middle of the road score, and then the users are slightly above middle of the road. How quickly before it was revealed that James Caan's character was a bad guy did you realize, oh, he's the mole?
I didn't realize until they decided to quote unquote team up in that diner, and Arnold's like, "Are those guys with you?" And I'm like, "Oh, so he's the mole."
Yep. See, it's probably been early 2000s, late 90s since I saw this movie.
Yeah.
So I couldn't remember any of this movie, so I'm like, yeah, they sit down at that diner and those guys are watching him, and they start talking. I'm like, yeah, mole.
Yeah.
Mole.
Mole, 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 mole. But he was smart. He always said that he worked alone, and that saved that lady's life.
Sure did.
She knew as soon as that guy's like, "Hey, yeah, he'll be here in just a little bit."
She's like, the secret handshake?
Shoot him in the leg, run away.
Oh. Alright, so the critics, 10 positive, 6 mixed, 2 negative. Users gave 51 positive, 21 mixed, 4 negative. The Chicago Sun-Times gave it a 75. Eraser is more or less what you expect. 2 hours of mindless, nonstop, high-tech action with preposterous situations, a body count in the dozens, and Arnold introducing a new trademark line of dialogue. Quote, like, parentheses, it's supposed to be, trust me, but I think your luggage will win on point. I don't know. I think they went. I think they blacked out at the last part of that review. I don't really know what that means.
I love the '90s high tech. Like, she's in there. She's got one of those mini discs.
Oh, yeah.
Those were so awesome. And then the diagram that's like all like on the computer of the gun, the grid, and it's just like this was like the coolest of the cool.
An entire room that's just got a giant arm that's just like data. I don't even know what that machine is. That machine just for copying data?
That's what it looks like. It just stores information and then will allow you to retrieve the information that's stored, I guess.
Like, you need an entire secure room to do this. Like, yeah, that was. So, what else? Let's get down here to let's get down here to a bad review.
Okay.
The Christian Science Monitor
Christian Science Monitor. This is going to be good.
gave it a 25.
Oh, no.
The picture is effectively made, but viewers will want to erase the horrific violence that erupts in scene after scene, leading to an unusual, mean-spirited finale.
Oh, goodness.
They had to go there, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, they had to go there. I am so happy that I read that review.
And there were probably that had to be a huge line for people that just hated, be like, I wish my memories could be erased. No, that happened.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Hey, you want to hear from your favorite Common Sense Media reviewer?
Yes, I know who you're gonna say.
I think he's your favorite.
Who?
Is it old Bri? Oh, Brian Costello.
Yes.
I think there's another one that we like better, but
I know we've had Brian Costello. I'm trying to think of who the other guy is that I was trying to think of.
Is it Chuck?
I think yes. Yep, it was Chuck.
They're both our favorites.
We'll go with Brian. We love both of you equally.
We've had so many weeks of either no reviews on here or reviewers we've never heard of, so it's good to get back to something we know.
Yeah, I like the familiarity.
Oh, can I make the? How improbable is it to shoot an airplane while in the like? I just saw there's a picture of it right here of him parachuting down.
Yes. Oh, that was fantastic.
How,
and can you imagine the strength? That whole scene, he's hanging by an airplane, but he has the strength to start pulling himself up, and then he's like, "Oh, there's somebody shooting at me. Never mind."
That's not.
And then he just jumps and he just starts just diving and
that's all.
Grabbing his chute.
I was impressed that he actually got that parachute on, and all the straps done.
Yeah.
Okay, probably improbable, but props. But the fact that he was able, where did he get the gun? I thought they took his gun. Did he actually holster that gun before he jumped off? Because I know he grabbed one of the guys because he was shooting at the door.
Right.
But did he actually have time to holster that? Because he pulled it out of a holster.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't. But you're parachuting down and there's an airplane coming at you, and you're probably a couple 100 yards away.
But the one thing I will give them props for this. That scene it seemed the most realistic because he was freaking out, and then you could actually see, and this was actually good acting on Arnold, but oh, I've got to, let me just, okay, it was a last ditch effort, this, he didn't even think about it until this is all I have left to try. And then,
what are the odds?
A little bitty scene was the best acting in the whole movie. But then, there's no way you're going to be.
There's no way those bullets are hitting that plane.
Oh,
you're both falling. Then the impact at which he hit that car in the junkyard, you're not getting up from that. The kids, the two kids were hilarious.
He's like, "Where am I? Earth."
Oh. Did he seriously give the kids the parachute and $50 and drove off with their dad's truck?
I guess. I'm surprised he had $50.
I'm assuming he gave them 50. Well, it's the
You would-
90s. Everybody carried cash with them in the 90s. The digital
Because-
age.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So, old Bri gave this 16 plus 2 stars. 90s Schwarzenegger action movie is extremely violent. No parents reviewed this,
Oh, wow. Okay.
but one kid did. 13 plus 3 stars.
Okay.
So, let's get down here. All right, positive messages. God.
I'm going to say that this is, judging by your action, he has something to say. I'm going to say not present. I'm surprised it's even clickable. I can't even think of a positive message here. I just can't think of one.
This is almost flip what you just said. He gave it a 1 star.
Okay,
But
it's not clickable.
it is clickable.
Okay.
But he gave it a 1 star, but he literally wrote 4 words. No real positive messages.
Wow.
So this should have been a not present. Not even don't even waste your time.
Right.
This is the someone thinking they have to at least give everything a minimum of 1 with some form of words.
Surely Bri-Bri's given things not present before. And how many times have we ever seen like a movie with a positive message and they're like, no positive message, clickable. There is a little bit of a positive message, but
yeah, this is the opposite where he
like,
gave it a 1 but said it's not present.
It's so weird. Okay.
Positive role models.
Positive role models.
Let me stop you there. Exact same thing as the last one.
That's hilarious.
A 1, no real positive role models. He added 1 extra word.
That's
off to a good start.
This is fantastic. Yeah, let's keep rocking.
Violence and scariness.
Violence and scariness. It's pretty violent, but not as violent. Let's say 4. It could be a 3.
I give it a 4 or 3. He gave it a 5. Again.
Oh.
I don't.
Okay.
Said.
All right.
Constant action movie violence. A character commits suicide, putting a gun to his mouth and pulling the trigger. Forgot about that scene. I actually like that actor. I'm sad that he wasn't in the movie more. He's a really good actor. The end is essentially one extended orgy of gun violence.
Okay.
An interesting choice of words. Characters stabbed with knives, blood. Not really sure why he added that word there.
They're stabbed with blood?
It said knives, then comma, blood, then the sentence ends. Lead character suffers a screw impaling his hand in one scene. That looked painful.
Yeah.
The CG or whatever effects they did, or they actually stabbed his hand, was unreal. A metal bar impaling his leg in another scene. Was he the Terminator in this movie? Because
he may have been.
Fighting with punches, kicks, necks broken, house sets on fire, van explosion, characters killed by getting hit by a moving train. That was like, I think a lot of people probably were mad about that scene in the movie at the very end when the 3 main bad guys all just got dead.
Are you thinking they would want a sequel?
It was a weird form of vigilante justice. Because, you know, the trial was still going on. And he just erased all 3 of them. How... I thought it was satisfying because you don't get that in movies very often.
Right.
Most of the time that movie ends right there and you're like, oh, how did this go? Or they'll the trial will end and people will go to jail and it'll end. No. Without even ending a trial, kill the main three bad guys. Dead. I didn't show them dead, but you saw end in a fire explosion. That limo would not have exploded when hit by that train, by the way. Not sure why it absolutely just like trains don't cause things to explode in fire.
Well, I mean, you have to remember we watched Beastmaster and their straw hut exploded.
True.
Like
True.
We're living in the Bronze Age, and a spark caused my hut to
just
like it was just filled with gas. Like there was just
yeah.
Explosions are just part of it.
I just love it when things explode when they shouldn't, and then when things should explode, they don't.
Right? Yeah. That'll work.
Thanks, 90s cinematography. All right. Sex, romance, and nudity.
I don't think so. I don't remember
This is
any.
like one of the few ones I agree with him completely 100% on. Not
Okay.
present, not clickable. Not even...
Okay.
Like, this is the cleanest movie in those three categories I think we've watched in a long time. I've watched in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there was like no kissing, no hugging, no nothing.
Yeah.
It was all action.
All action. All action, baby.
So, it's weird to see a 90s movie so clean in that. Because it seemed like that in the 80s and 90s, they had to add something, even when it wasn't even needed in the movie. So, good on
Right.
you, whoever made this movie. I don't even know who made this movie. But, moving on. Language.
This one was tough. It was. I think I heard some words, but I would give it. I'm guessing it was a 3. I'm not really remembering stuff, but I'm just remembering thinking I heard stuff.
I almost wanted to give this one a higher than he gives it a 3.
Okay.
The first F-bomb I heard was late in the movie, but then James Caan's character threw out like 3 of them in like one sentence in the limo at the end. Because I think the gangster guy, the gangster guy that ends up helping him out in the end,
Yeah.
throws out an F-bomb in one of the action scenes.
Okay.
Those 3 guys, the mobsters late in the movie were hilarious. I know they're probably not. They were almost like comedy relief for the movie.
That's maybe you're right. That probably was what, because that's what they were. It was
They weren't even trying to be funny. They were like almost being serious, but they were almost like second-rate mobsters almost. And they're like, "Hey, what are you doing on our docks?" And they're like, "This ain't your dock." They're like, "Yeah, it is." And they just start killing people. Then they come up out of that bucket and just mowing people down.
That was very funny. He's like, I recognize that voice, but it can't be unless it's a ghost.
How do you know I'm not a ghost? Yeah, no, that was hilarious. So this says frequent profanity.
Okay.
F-bomb. A-holes.
Mm-hmm.
BS. Just S. God dang it. B word. For Christ's sake. Calm it down. And balls.
Balls.
I want to say after saying all the after commenting on all the actual cuss words, mentioning these last 2 is like, why? Are we considering, like, I don't think these go against the rating board. But we move on. Oh, I forgot that we were dealing with old Brian here. Products and purchases.
Oh no.
Consumerism, basically.
I don't I don't think I can recall any. I would have to say not present, but what is he gonna say?
He's at 3.
Wow. Okay.
There's a lot of stuff I guess I just don't notice, even when I'm trying to notice them. He
Right.
said products gratuitously shown on a table. I don't know how that's.
Okay.
It's a Domino's Pizza, Pringles, Dunkin' Donuts, Diet Pepsi. In another scene, one of the lead characters insists that another character drinks from a clearly marked can of Pepsi.
I don't even remember seeing any of those.
I don't.
And usually I'm pretty good about picking up stuff like that. Like when you see like, oh, that's a Pepsi. Like,
But
oh, I must have been distracted by the explosions or something.
because this is where this category has always confused me. Because at no point in my life have I been watching a movie and saw somebody drinking a Pepsi and go, God dang, I wish I had a Pepsi right now. Like that's not what my brain is paying attention to in the movie.
right.
Even when I was younger, I'm like, oh, hey, we should go buy some Pringles after this movie. You know, none of these movies are honestly making me want to go consume stuff.
Right.
But it makes me laugh when they add it. All right, drinking, drugs, and smoking. Come on, get off the screen.
I know that they were in a bar. I would say, but I don't recall. Maybe a 2.
He gave it a
I don't-
2. Said cigarette smoking, which there were some characters smoking, and wine drinking. So, all right, that's really
Bry's review.
not bad.
Ryan Costello. He's the fellow.
Oh yeah, give it to us.
Sorry. Sorry. What are we doing?
We're not sorry. We're enjoying the show over here.
What are we doing next?
I don't know.
Week?
What do you want to do next week?
No, I gave you a list, so I think
Hey,
it's your
sir.
turn to pick this time.
Sir, that list was given a week ago. Do you think
Right.
I'm gonna remember? I'm pulling that.
I'm saying I'm basically giving myself credit for picking this week's movie, and so I'm saying it should fall on you to pick next week's movie because I'm the one that provided the movie list last time.
You want to watch 7?
Yeah,
I haven't watched
that's
that
a
one.
good one.
I've
That's a
never
good one.
I'd never even heard of it until you mentioned it.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep, it's gonna be a good one. That's a good one. 7.
let's do that. Quick and easy.
Yeah. Boom. Done. Moving on to the next thing.
I think that's it.
We've covered everything. There's not any video game news, I don't think. That's usually something that.
End of
Hi, everyone.
So we're about to jump into August.
Yeah.
End of August, Cowabunga Collection comes out. Oh, Xenoblade 3 came out yesterday.
I just heard about that. Like, I hadn't seen any hype about it at all.
Never played a Xenoblade game,
I have not either.
but I'm interested in this one. I was really disappointed when I went to Walmart yesterday and I browsed across it because Walmart has lately been selling games $10 cheaper, even first-party Nintendo games. Nope, this one's still $60.
Weird.
Full
I
price.
wonder why.
Full price physically. Like, now I'm really gonna have to.
Was that the only one, or were all the games full price? Did you notice?
No,
I wonder-
a lot of the other games were still marked down. Like,
Weird. I wonder what it is. What makes?
I think I have a feeling that's they're because I know so Walmart, they started this a while back where they like new games, they just started selling them 10%. It was weird because like $60 titles they were selling for $50, $40 titles they were selling for like $33. It wasn't like always like a full 10, but they were knocking the price off new games for Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft games, except for there were like Sony first party titles. The $70 games for the PS5 were all still $70 because I think Sony came out and said, "Hey, don't discount our games." So Walmart was keeping theirs at full price, but the reason Walmart was doing that was they were selling these games at cost, where Walmart's making no money on these games. But what they want you to do is to come in, buy the game, and buy everything else. Like they're leaning on our propensity to buy snacks, and maybe you'll buy a full price controller, and you might buy a movie, and if you're me, Hot Wheels, and it gets you to walk in the store, pick your game up, and then go, oh, by the way, I needed, I need a couple things over grocery as well, so they get
because electronics is always in the back, in the middle.
You have to pass everything.
So, you pass everything to get there, so then you got to bring it all back. And you're like, well, I'm here. I might as well grab this since I'm here anyway.
And that's
save me a trip.
If their game's full price, you're just going to go somewhere else and buy it and just buy that game, and they're not getting your business.
Yep.
That was that was the entire. I read an article on it. That's the exact reason they were marking down games like that. But certain publishers tell Walmart, no, sell our game at full price. So, I think that's all I got. That's all you got?
That's all I got, man. No.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Sure.
Let's go to sleep.
Sleep.
Good night, everybody.
Morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Vietnam. Good night, everyone else.
Good night. Good whatever it is with the time you're watching.
Yeah.